What is going on, fellow viewer? This is Steampunk J here, coming at you guys from a humble art studio, continuing on with Steampunk J reacts and draws. And it is anime time! And we are continuing on with Naruto, and we are going into episode 2. My name is Konohamaru, and I'm hoping that I got his name right, because guess what? I am gonna butcher some names, and if there are many of you guys out there that think that my pronunciation is okay, then good for me. Alright, so we're gonna continue on with this Steampunk Reaction Jaws. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm just gonna clock out for a little bit, watch an episode of this particular anime or movie, and then in a few seconds I'm gonna chime right back in, give you my thoughts, and give you what I think about the episode and the story in general. And then as you hear my lovely voice, you get to see in the background of me doing a speed draw of what I was inspired to draw based on the episode that I have watched. So guys, I'm just not gonna keep you guys delaying. I just want to jump right into it. I've already fallen in love with the very first episode of Naruto, and guess what? I know we got ways to go, but there's so much story, and each episode has its own character, has its own story, and guess what? We're just gonna continue on from there. So guys, I will tell you guys everything, and I'll just get right back with you. Episode 2, here we go! I am back after watching episode 2 of Naruto. My name is Konohamaru, and there is only 3 words to describe this episode right here. Are you ready for this? Sexy clone jutsu, the most powerful of all ninjutsu attacks. And if you want to know what's even more powerful than a sexy clone jutsu, guess what happens when you use it with the multiplying clone jutsu? You have this new and awesome technique called the harem jutsu. Guys, this is basically just like a filler episode that's just gonna hopefully lead on to the next episode, guys. And there is nothing but just comedy and hijinks ensuing in this episode right here. And I mean it when I say it. There is nothing but sexy clone jutsu. Apparently Naruto has this power where he can transform himself into a beautiful female version of himself. Sometimes she can be clothed, but it's even more powerful when the sexy clone jutsu is actually naked in front of everybody. But don't worry, they've got them clouds to cover all the naughty parts. But guess what? It would even better if it wasn't even uncensored. You know what I mean? So guess what? There's nothing but sexy clone jutsus. You're gonna see it in every single step of the way. It is the most powerful attack in all of them fighting powers here in Naruto. And you know something? I don't mind it one bit if that is the most powerful of all. I'm gonna call it the most powerful of all attacks, the sexy clone jutsu, the most updated or the most powerful sexy clone jutsu of them all, the harem jutsu, when you have multiple naked women just attacking you all at once. Oh yeah. Now, in this episode right here, we're basically introduced to another character, which I don't think is gonna play a big role. It's just one character that's just gonna show up in one episode and then possibly be gone the next. So we're introduced to a little kid called Konohamaru, and basically is just this naughty little little child who happens to be the grandson of one of the Hokages. And it just kind of threw me for a loop there. I was kind of questioning a little bit, there's 4 Hokages, right, that are there etched into the mountaintop. And it took me a while to realize that one of those faces in the mountain is actually the face of one of the Hokages in the episode. And when I heard he was the 3rd, I was like, wait a minute. There's 4 faces on that mountaintop, right? So there are 4 Hokages. Why is the 3rd one still around? Where the hell is the 4th one in? The 4th Hokage come in, and it goes on through the rest of the episode, and the explanation is finally revealed that there was a 4th Hokage, but he died trying to seal up the Nine-Tailed Fox. And the Nine-Tailed Fox is the demon that actually used to terrorize the village that Naruto was in. And you just go into more and more of the storyline that, the Nine-Tailed Fox is the evil spirit demon that was sealed inside Naruto, which is the reason why a lot of people reject him in his village, because of the monster that's sealed away with him. But that's just a little side story that goes along with it. you're just introduced, like, to the Hokages and the leaders of the village, and you're introduced to the third Hokage's grandson, Konohamaru. And it's just basically a story or an episode about him who comes across Naruto Uzumaki and all of the hijinks they ensue together. So you have this student-teacher episode that is going on, and Naruto, if he's gonna teach you the one thing, of course he's gonna teach you the sexy clone jutsu, and he's teaching it to a child. You have one kid that's teaching this technique to another child who is younger than him, and they're just going about just teaching and learning this sexy clone jutsu. And when Naruto is doing it, he's the one that gets slapped around and beat up by all these people that just find his technique just inappropriate. And the grandson, everyone in the village knows the grandson, and so they just leave him alone because they know better. But Naruto, he's just free game. Everyone just sees him doing that jutsu, and they just give him a beat down. I mean, seriously, he's the one that gets beat up. He's the one that gets a black eye from one of the people in town. So it's just, wow, this is funny hijinks going on. So that's my thoughts on the Sexy Clone Jutsu episode, the most powerful of all of the techniques of the ninjutsu in this Naruto series. And guess what? I'm hoping that we don't see the last of it, because we have seen Naruto pass down the knowledge to a young kid, and when the young kid, let's just put it this way, when he tries learning it, it is, I'm gonna have nightmares about what this kid goes through in learning this, because just like Naruto, when he tries to learn the jutsu, it doesn't always come out the way it want to be. So guess what? If you're expecting like Sexy Clone Jutsu to be perfected, you're gonna be seeing a whole bunch of ugliness going on in there, and there's just a whole bunch of nightmare fuel that this kid is just giving to the wonderful people that happens to be watching this episode. So guess what? Yeah, you're gonna be turned off, not turned on, when this kid tries it. So it's gonna be culminating into, like, Naruto is gonna be teaching this kid Konohamaru about this jutsu. It's just basically two kids that are fighting for the title of the next Hokage, the 5th Hokage. And you just go from a student teacher to rivals, and it is something that I believe is gonna be instrumental when it comes to developing Naruto's characters. So I don't foresee that little kid Konohamaru to be showing up in the future episodes. It's just like a little filler episode. That's what I want to call this. Episode 2, My Name is Konohamaru, is just a filler episode, and we're gonna dive more into the story as we go along. But it is a good way of like seeing Naruto showing off one of his most powerful techniques, the Sexy Clone Jutsu. I can just talk about Sexy Clone Jutsu. It is hot! So that's what you're gonna get from this episode, and I'm just hoping that my mind doesn't really go to naughty places as I go upon what I'm gonna draw next. But don't worry, guys, it'll be awesome. So based on this episode, I have an idea of what I'm gonna be drawing, and don't blame me for the results. That's just what I got from this episode. So hope you guys enjoyed my little speed art video. The results is what I definitely got from this episode, and I am just looking forward to the next couple of episodes as we dive more into the anime series Naruto. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to leave a like, leave your comments down below, because I like to hear what you guys like to think about this episode. And if you're watching these episodes with me in your own time, then don't forget to leave your comments down below. I love to talk about, like, what the episode is about, what you guys think of it, and just throw some inspiration as we go along. And don't forget to subscribe for more awesome content. And if you like the Steampunk J's react and draws, then please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you can get more content, and just continue to join with me as we continue to get more inspiration from Steampunk J's reacts and draws. To all my fellow artists and art fans out there, this is Steampunk J, And always remember to keep on drawing.